What's up, everybody? Derek and Chris with Gatekeeper Media, and thanks for tuning in. We are bringing you the Round 2 coverage, also known as Moving Day, here at the 2019 MVP Open at Maple Hill. We are on the 9th out of 10 stop for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Shout out to MVP for being the title sponsor for this event, and our coverage is brought to you by Innova Golf Discs.
Yeah, we also want to give a big shout out to Team Millennium. As we are here for round 2, we have a pretty fun card. We're going to have Simon Lizotte on our card.
This is his home course technically now.
Yeah,
should be exciting.
We also have Gregg again for the second time, which is great. We had Philo over at Delaware. We're going to have him on our card again. And we have Cameron Messerschmidt. So I'm excited to see how this all plays out. See how far Simon can throw. So we're going to take a look at the scores. Adam Hands and Nathan Queen really took it off in round 1. James Conrad, last year's winner, still up there. Joel, who was on our card, made it to lead card, so it's nice to see. So you can see down there in 9th, McBeast 5-time. He's making his way up. So we're going to move into hole 1, 835 feet, par 4. Basically here, you just want to get over this this lake. You can bail out to the left if you really need to. These guys are probably going to chuck it down. If you do turn something too much to the right, it can pinch you off on this approach shot. The drone doesn't really do justice to how tight this gap and this dog leg to the right is.
Yeah, it sets back pretty good a ways into the woods when you're past the mouth of the woods. So you still do have technically a little bit of work, let's say if you're even 30-40 feet out of the mouth.
Yeah. So we're gonna have Simon leading the box as this played as the 4th hardest hole in round 2. So we should expect him to
crush.
Nice little flip up, good turn. That's going to be a full flight.
Height.
And that's really where you want to be. Maybe not right behind that tree, but in those small trees over there, you have more of a straight approach to the green.
Yeah, this being a working Christmas tree farm, it really adds a lot of difficulty to your fairways.
Yeah.
Because it cuts you out completely.
So Gregg, we had him round 1. He did go OB on his first drive, so let's see if he recalibrates, and it looks like he does. That's going to turn real nice. All right. So I would say, not a bad shot, but I would say you want to be to the left of the road, personally.
It gives you the angle.
Yeah. So Philo, he is also tied for 6th with Gregg at 6 under. Looks like he has a Star Destroyer. I know he has a couple of those in his bag. A couple different types of destroyers. Zach just kind of went nose up, and that's sailing. Too much turn, and it's going to have some distance, but that is really pinched off over there. He's going to have to lay up probably to the mouth. He's not going to be able to get down into the green.
And he's not very happy about it either.
Just laughing about it. Crowd had a little chuckle too. He kind of made a funny remark. So last on our card, we're going to have Cam Messerschmidt, also at 6 under.
New to our coverage.
Yeah, first time.
Right out of the gate, that's looking great.
Yeah. Nice and stable. Not too much turn, and honestly, that's a good spot to be.
Oh yeah, real easy up and down from there.
So like I said, Philo is just really far over on the right of the fairway. As he's just going to throw one out there. And that's going to line him up good. He should be able to get his par from there. Cam lining up a forehand, so looks like he's got a couple different shots in his bag. Is this one, he just kind of pulls it a little bit too much, throws it right into the rock. He's lucky that was a little low. That could have went OB. Gregg with his forehand, we know he's very comfortable with that, and it shows right there.
I don't believe the walls in the green, the grip 6 walls were OB. Were they?
Past that, yeah.
Were they? Because there's some holes on this course that they're not utilizing the walls as OB.
Mm-hmm. I believe 16 is one that comes into play. This actually goes OB, unfortunately. Hits that tree. That was a really good line. Just need a little bit over to the left. Simon's going to be putting for his par pretty far away as Philo uses that wall. It's a good backstop. Kicks right off of it.
Yeah, gives himself an easy next shot.
This is a tough putt to really run with that OB being pretty close behind. Kind of like a semi-bid almost.
Yeah, throw something that if it goes wrong, it'll sit.
Simon's set up really good for these because he has that float putt and he nails it.
Nice. Great par save, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a perfect type of putt for Simon because his putts aren't too aggressive. They kind of float in. So he's not going to land too far behind the basket if he did miss that. So good par save for Simon. So Gregg should be able to take the only birdie.
Great start.
Yeah. So he took a double last time when he actually went OB and then he hit a tree. So that's a big change in strokes. It's a 3-stroke difference. So Philo did what a lot of people do, kind of use that wall, anticipate a skip up. This Cam's going to clean up as well.
So it's still Simon and Gregg neck and neck with one another.
Yeah, Gregg gets a stroke on the card as we're going to move into hole 2. Hole 2 has OB all along the right to that stone wall. You can bail out to the left if you want. We actually have seen a lot of rollers as well, being that you do have that little rock ditch down there. If you can get past that and get past that bridge, sets up for a pretty easy putt. Some people tend to go with the flex route. Looks like Gregg's going to go roller. So that's going to stand up. Needs to
curls right.
Not pin high, though. It's not too bad.
But OB right behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you do shoot OB near that tree that's to the right of the fairway, right before the pin, that's still a pretty easy putt for 3, as Joel showed us in round 1.
Yeah. Simon drops that right into the circle. That was a good putt, or a good drive. So Philo looks like he's going to go with that flex route. Or he's going to go right at it, actually. Kind of misrelease. He needs some luck, and he gets it.
Fairway.
Oh, this is going to be a roller. You can see him setting it up. Saw Dollar throw a thumber as well. So there's a lot of different throws you can really do with this hole.
Yeah, that bites off a little more of the distance, but he's going to have a kind of a straddle look at it.
Yeah. So Philo probably like 70 out, 75 out.
Oh, just short.
Yeah, good bid. If Cam's just hit how it hit that ditch, it kind of stopped it. If it was able to get over that successfully, I think that would have been parked.
Yeah, just kind of shot it straight up in the air.
Yeah. Lost its distance. You can be pretty aggressive with your putts here, though. There is the OB wall, but it is kind of going uphill. Kind of has that tree there as well as like a backstop. Could have potential roll away, though. Gregg nails it. It's a good start for Gregg.
His putting has really been on this whole tournament.
Yeah. He was one of the best Circle 2 putt averages. He's been dropping him in. He's 2 under through 2. Simon's able to get his birdie as well. So the rest of the guys are cleaning up. So it looks like Philo's caddy came in hole 2, so he was a little late to his job, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what was going on there, but
So, clean up from Philo's. We're going to move into hole 3, 410 feet. It's going to be uphill almost the whole way. Very demanding shot, I would say. Going uphill 410 feet. Plays probably 420 to 430. Once again, pretty nice flex line if you got it. Something that's going to skip right up into this green. Do have to watch out for early releases or early kicks. It could kick you over there to the left. You kind of have a bail out to the right if you turn something a little too much.
yeah, but even then, you don't always have a clear lane from over there either.
It's Gregg. We're going to see if he has a lane from there.
Yeah, that's looking a little... Yeah, it's too far right, but
Yeah.
it might have gotten through just deep enough to where it's a little clearer.
Yeah, we'll see. It's good out of the hand from Philo.
Yeah, really hugging that left tree there.
Skip up through. Kind of kicks out back onto the fairway and kind of rolled a little. So never really crested that hillside. I would say if you're getting over that hillside, you're in a good spot. A lot of people struggle on this hole. Early kicks.
What's the percentages here?
Just kind of played in the middle. It's about the 7th hardest. Played above par though. Cam kind of sneaks through. He might have a back door. Looks like Gregg does have a pretty good lineup as long as he misses that early tree, and he does.
Go in.
Gives it a good bid. Nice. Simon flattens out nice. That's a good layup. Philo once again about 70 out for his birdie. In a bucket. This Cam's gonna line up the forehand. So we saw a backhand, forehand, and a roller from Cam so far. So looks like he's got a
Safe
little bit
play.
of everything. Yeah. So I think we're gonna see our first par frame. It's Gregg 200 through 3.
Well, on our first round, we didn't get any type of frame until pretty late in the game. So
Philo, a lot of gray there, but nonetheless, good play. I mean, through 3, taking 3 pars like that, you don't want that, but you're still gaining strokes on the field.
yeah, for those who have missteps and blemishes, you know, you're thinning the bottom half of the field.
Star Wombat 3. This is a new addition to Garrett Gurthie's bag. This is the most utilizable disc that you can make do whatever you want. Throw it with the hyzer line low, it'll hold the hyzer. If I throw it with a little hyzer, throw a little high, it pops up straight and holds the line straight. If I throw it for backhand about 60-70% and let it go about 380, 400. I'm gonna be getting a bunch of birdies with this at the World Championships this year.
All right, we just want to give a big shout out to Innova for making this coverage possible. As we're going to move into hole 4, one of the easiest holes on the course. Basically a nice little putter straight approach shot. Almost in jump putt range for people like Simon, James, but they did put a Mando to the right, so people used to take that right gap over there, kind of throw like a hyzer or forehand anhyzer, but kind of forcing you to go up the middle now, and that is a tight gap.
Yeah, you're really just better off having a standstill. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's kind of walking up to it even.
No, you shouldn't. Simon looks like he's in that jump putt. Just needs to miss everything.
All right. I mean,
That's not bad. There's those logs over there that kind of can catch you if you kind of go too far to the right.
yeah, it's just putting downhill from there is really the only thing.
All right.
That should work out
Yeah.
just fine for Philo.
It's a good reaction. He's probably a little outside the circle. Oh, he knew it. So it plays a lot different in tournament play than you would just in regular Maple Hill because the signs in the back kind of use it as a backstop.
Oh,
so you
right.
could be a little more aggressive. This Cam's just struggling to get up and down now. So you could be a little more aggressive with something like here for Gregg. He can kind of give this almost like a little bid, but
Play in the fairway.
yeah.
Where this is something that is kind of a scary shot.
Yeah, this is a tough putt.
Oh,
Ooh.
kisses chains. It does sit down right there, so he should be able to find his 3 from there, no problem.
There's Simon. It's about 40 out.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
Ooh.
Okay.
Seeing that right there was a prime example. That probably was OB. Or would have been like right on the water's edge if it wasn't for those. Thank you, Keen. Ooh,
Nice putt.
good putt from Philo.
So par, 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 birdie.
Yeah. Can't be mad at that. Simon. It's a good putt back, save for his par. So we're going to see some cleanup. So Philo taking a stroke on the card. I'd say this was not played the best by our card. Being one of the easier holes. Probably would want to see more than one birdie walking away here. We move into hole 5, 285 feet over the water the whole way. Kind of sets up for a nice forehand shot for the righties, lefty backhand. If you aren't feeling risky, there is a fairway to the right that you can kind of pitch or kind of play a little more safe too.
Yeah, like an overstable mid-range will get you right there.
Yeah. It's kind of like a nice little up the gut. So if Philo's going to go to the right, there's also that lane to the gut you could see.
Yeah, just throws it a little low. Doesn't get the reaction off the ground that he was hoping for, so he's going to be a little short.
It's Gregg. We saw him ace this a couple years ago. Ooh.
Well, it's a really great play off that tree.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people end up playing off that tree. They're going to throw something like really overstable, really high,
why
and just
not?
hit off that tree, knowing that if it hits, it's going to drop down onto the green.
Playing this hole higher is better,
Yeah,
for sure.
Simon gives this a good,
Woo.
good look.
Look at the spin, too, when it landed.
Yeah, that's really one of his go-to discs. That cream mid-range. It looks like. This Cam's going to give this a good run. A little short.
That'll putt, too.
Yeah. It kind of allows you to bail out. You can really throw something. Like, you don't have to be that aggressive on this. You can throw something and just anticipate it hitting those trees. This Philo's going to lay up for his 3. This is a scary putt for Simon with the raised basket. I mean, if you don't hit anything here, you're going OB.
Looked like it was almost drifting a little bit.
That was a great putt from Simon. Good birdie. This should be within Cam's range, just inside the circle.
Oh.
Ooh.
Could have been worse.
What we saw in round 1, Matt kind of had a weird reaction around that tree and ended up rolling OB. As Gregg's in for his birdie. It's a good putt from Gregg. See, I mean, taking the safe route like Philo did and taking your par is not a bad idea sometimes, because there's people out here that do end up taking 4s. Because if you miss the green and you're in the water, the drop zone is going to most likely give you a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think most people are really running that or getting aggressive to try to get their 3.
Yeah, you really get punished for being out of bounds on almost all of the holes here, except...
What is happening here?
Dynamic Discs, they just came out with the new Cadet backpack bag. I figure at $24.99, why not get all 4?
All right, you ready for this one? hardest hole on the entire course at 375 feet, par 3. You have to worry about this OB rock wall right here to the right that kind of comes out to the middle of the fairway. You have water down there to the left if you have a bad kick. You want to throw something. You do have this left lane if you throw something nice and straight. If you do get aggressive, you can go over to this right lane and try to skip up. Played as the hardest hole. It was about quarter stroke over par.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 0.8 over par, so almost...
That's a significant difference.
Yeah, looked at the wrong stat, sorry. I mean, even that, just getting down right to that little spot is a good play. I mean, taking a 3 here is not bad.
I think a lot of people get too aggressive with this hole, and it's just risky.
Yeah, just throw something straight right up the middle, land kind of where that disc was.
Now, that was not the worst kick.
He'll be right on the fairway. We saw Ricky go real early and had that amazing scramble shot, so... This is scary for a backhand shot as well.
Looks like Philo likes to hyzer flip a putter.
It works out for him, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
pin
long.
high. Yeah, I mean, he's about like 45 out, but...
Oh, it is pin high.
So we see Cam lining up that forehand again. Seems to be his go-to comfort shot. I think he feels comfortable hitting the lanes and hitting these gaps forehand. A little more accuracy is that. Took a fortunate kick because you saw it kick back right onto the fairway. It's very easy to kick over there, right over the rock wall to the right.
Yeah, but without being, very precise here on this next shot, he could be looking at a 4.
Ooh. All right. That pushed through better than I thought.
It's manageable.
Yeah.
Not a gimme 3.
Simon's lining this up.
And
Get
that's
through.
what we would expect to see from him from that type of positioning.
Yeah, so good up and down. Good save. So we saw Gregg nail a pretty long putt here last time.
I think he's a little more towards the center of the fairway this time.
Yeah, it looks like he might even have to go around to the right side, or he actually goes
He
through
splits it
that
a little
tree.
bit, yeah.
Gets through clean, though. He's able to get his 3.
Barely gave anything on it either.
Philo just needs to get it up. Cam's about 35 out. This is a pretty big putt for his par.
With what looks to be a kind of tailwind.
Yeah, it looked like it helped a little bit. That was really close to hitting the band. As Cam's just had a pretty tough start. He's only got that 1 bogey. The rest looks like some pars. As Philo's the exact opposite. That 1 birdie. And staying in the green.
It's a good problem to have, I think.
Yeah. You know our motto.
Play for par. I mean, he's not getting the separation that he'd hoped for, but at this point, just keep your head down, maintain, and play the game you got.
So Gregg's able to go 3 down through 6. We move into the second hardest hole at hole 7. Very tough, 370 feet uphill the entire way. Once again, it sets up for a nice backhand flex shot. The basket is a little bit more to the right than we've seen on other holes like hole 2 or even hole 6. But
your ideal landing position would be pretty much where the drone is, but off to the left a little bit to give you that open shot right to the pin.
Yeah, and some people, they take the early kicks, you kick down to the right. Now, there are other fairways from the blue and the red basket, or the blue and the red tee, that kind of allow you to find a lane to get up and down from over there, kind of where Gregg's going now. Being over to the left, though, is not good.
No, and it's downhill.
Yeah, you can slide down a little. So, ooh, like that with Simon. That might be a tricky scramble shot for him. Philo keeps it fairway, skips up pretty good. Definitely plays a lot harder. Plays probably closer to 400. This uphill the whole way. Cam gets to the left. Not as bad as Simon. He should be able to have a pretty clean shot. So this was 0.61 over par for the field. Gregg finds a really happy tree.
Gotta love that when the woods helps you out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he's got that one-time love now, so Simon gives that a really good bid. That was about a foot away from kissing chains.
So it looks like Philo's going to kind of swing the shot out left and have it just fade right back towards the pin. A little short, but... And kind of fortunate to not get a roll down that hill either.
Yeah.
I feel like where he was, that even though you have to split those trees and it's a smaller gap, I think it might have been an easier shot for a backhand approach.
Probably.
Play a soft putter that's just going to kind of land and stick to the green.
Yeah, something that's going to flatten out a little better. Yeah. Kind of what Simon did. He nails it. So, good par save for Simon. His cam has a little bit of work, but he should be able to clean up as well. This is an interesting spot to putt because 14 is right behind you, and that being a water hole. Crowds usually kind of build up there, and they're screaming when people are making the water.
Yeah,
so.
and we find that happens pretty regularly here on this course.
Yeah, so 7's a pretty tough one because 8 is right over next to you, and that's another water hole. So a lot of noise and activity around this little intersection of the course.
Hole 8 doesn't play well for spectators behind the tee. Yeah. Everybody does congregate over at the green.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to move into hole 8. Going to go water the whole way here, folks. Par 3, 320 feet. One of the big ace run holes. You have this backstop on the green, so you can be very aggressive. Throw whatever you got, really. Whatever you feel comfortable with getting over, and whatever you think's going to touch metal.
It lends to a lot of different, access points, methods of flight.
So Gregg probably throw in maybe an eagle.
Yeah,
that works.
Plays into the hill and lets it kind of slide down a little bit.
A little bit of a scary putt, but he should be okay. Simon going with the forehand. And happy log. That was close. That's going to be a scary putt as well. We'll see if Philo's going to go straight at it. He likes to throw it a little bit on a hyzer.
Yeah.
Nice. Good shot.
A little low for my comfort level.
Yeah. is looking real good. Wow. That's a good bid.
Oh, in.
Ooh.
That was a little tad high.
Yeah, good shot. So everyone makes it over clean. Simon, though, with this real tricky putt and goes OB.
It's kind of a scary putt, too.
Yeah. Oof. It's interesting because the basket sits really low and then you're up on the hillside, so that's just like putting straight down, basically.
I do want to call out and give a shout out to all of the people sitting in the gallery right here. They were offering the players candy and refreshments to help them keep going in their round as we were going through. I thought that was really nice.
And they're partying hard. It's fun.
Yeah.
Gets pretty wild over at hole 8. Philo with the nice easy 2. Simon's going to prevent that star frame. Unfortunately, taking the 4 there. Just barely went OB.
At least it's an easy get.
Yeah. So we're going to move into hole 9. 420 feet, par 4. Pretty tough. You're going to go uphill here. The first shot really isn't the worst. You could throw kind of like a turnover, something that's going to finish left to right. You want to land up on this hillside. Anything past this hillside into the grass is a magnificent shot. It's really the second shot, though, how they kind of pitch this basket over towards the water to the right, making you pay for it if you get aggressive.
Yeah, and it's we don't have a lot of room on the tee pad, so really, speaking on behalf of like even a player who wants a larger run up, you don't really have that option. So really playing the placements is going to be your key.
This played as a pretty easy hole overall, kind of middle of the pack, a little easier than harder. Philo catches a tree, unfortunately, but just being at the top of the hill isn't that bad. You could still get your birdie. It being such a short hole. This is looking real good out of Cam's hands. Needs to... Ooh. It's going to be interesting if him and Gregg can get out of that. This sets up real good for Simon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he threw that, he knew that was good because he's so familiar with this hole.
Look at that. That's amazing. That's a 45-foot jump putt.
Yeah, but with not a lot of room over there on the green.
We'll see if he gets aggressive. Philo gets very aggressive. Oh. That was amazing.
I mean, that was quite the bid. Unintentional for him as well. I remember him making a remark it wasn't what he wanted to do, but it almost worked.
Sometimes that happens. Gregg is in a really tough spot. This is very demanding. And he's going to get lucky.
Yep.
He stayed in. Cam's not able to flip this up and turn it. So that's just kind of went straight into the woods. That's going to be a layup.
Oh yeah, there's no putting out of there.
Oh, touching metal.
I thought we were going to have a rewind here when we were filming it.
Champ gives it a bid. Woo! And that stuck. That was very close. I walked up and saw it, and it was in by half the disc was in.
Yeah.
This Cam's getting up. This is a scary putt for Philo. Ooh.
It seemed like it kind of slipped out of his hand.
Cam's in. He's going to take his par as we look. Sitting even, not the worst.
Yeah, so far just one blemish.
Simon, a little better, 2 under, sitting 5th right now. Just had that one water hazard on 8.
Oh, the footing there is not easy.
Yeah. Champ, though.
Bogey free so far.
4 down through 9. Sitting in 2nd place right now. Last but not least.
Also bogey free. A little more par on the side of things, but
I'll take it,
keeping
man.
up.
I will take it. So we're going to take a look at these scores. We have Gregg with a 1-stroke lead over Simon. That just shows you how close it is right now. We have Philo just 1 stroke behind him. Cam just trying to keep up at 6 under currently. So we're going to take a look at the total scores up to this point. And at this point, it's really Garrett.
Oh,
He's 8 down through 11 right now. He is shredding the course.
Putting in work, absolutely.
As we see James and Joel still keeping up there. Gregg playing really well. As that's going to finish it out here, folks, for the front 9 of the second round of the 2019 MVP Open. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned. We have back 9 for you. I'm excited.
Me too. And we still got one more whole round to go after this. So you don't want to miss it, folks. Take care.